I'm recording this voiceover at the end of this year, and I did do my trip a few months back, but looking back, I just wanted to kind of come on here and highlight all the ways that I'm able to get over a breakdown or a bad moment, because they all happen. And honestly, I have a downfall maybe like once a fortnight, once a week, but I'm really proud to say that I really finally understand the coping mechanisms to get myself out of these negative mind frames. And one guy I met when I was in London told me something that changed my whole perspective on how to look after myself. And he was talking about his girlfriend in adoration. They were both sat at the table, and all he said was, we just make each other's lives so much easier. And it just made me realize we can do this for ourselves. Like, we don't need a magical partner or someone there all the time in order to know the things that make us feel good. We can be that person for ourselves. So as someone who prioritizes how I feel in my body and understanding that emotions can stay there, it's always a question of, is there some breath work that I can do in order to calm myself down? And for me, writing and journaling after this has been so cathartic and useful in my healing process, just because sometimes the thoughts I have are absolutely ridiculous, and to see it on paper is just so healing and important. But then writing down things that will make life easier, i.e. embracing connection, reaching out to friends, maybe rolling out your mat, planning a nutritious breakfast, planning a busy day ahead. All of these things can really contribute to a beautiful way to bring yourself out. And we can't really change life. We can't really change what happens to us, but we can most certainly change how we respond to those events. And know that you're not alone. Offer yourself a hand of compassion and just breathe through all of the positive things that will make your life the most beautiful life you can lead, essentially.
White, 100% handmade. Well, yes.
La tarte avec la salade pois chiche.
Bon, là tu vas retourner en train noir. Et Grenoble.
I consider myself like a solar panel, and I need direct sunlight in order to recharge my soul. Like, my heart center is open right now. The sun is coming through. It is genuinely, it feels like my body is a battery that is going like this as the sun kind of comes in. Wow.
Ouais, bon ça. Voilà. Après, ça sera trop, c'est trop court. C'est après pour.
As I said, the most important thing I can do is be honest on this channel, and I have struggled with feeling like worthless and maybe offering myself to those who don't want anything to do with me, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what kind of trauma that was along the line to lead me to this point. But I think the most brave thing you can ever do is walk away from a situation that is no longer serving you, in order to like honor that golden light within you that you know you have so much potential for. And although I have had so many experiences with not being successful in love and relationships, I also know that I am changing, and like there is a shift happening in me right now, and I refuse to believe that this is just the way it is, because if I believed that, I wouldn't have achieved anything in my life, honestly. I've got 2 hours basically till it's 12 midnight, and then I've got to get a bus at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And I just wrote down everything that will make me a happier person tomorrow, but to be honest, I'm not expecting to feel extremely amazing, because I just energetically feel quite low. Whatever that means, like, to you, just make sure you write it down and try not to neglect that. So I'm just trying to unlearn those unhealthy habits and bring in healthy habits. I mentioned this already, but I'm going to pack myself a really gorgeous lunch and make it like really high protein. I've got chicken, I've got tomatoes. I'm going to make a nice little sarnie for the morning, and then I'm going to have a salad at lunch when I'm on the bus. So I'm all prepared. Also, for my girls who are traveling and struggle with their blood sugar or energy dips, then I need you to get yourself a container. Make it pretty. I like the red on this one. But this has saved my life, because long bus rides, I'm consciously thinking, how am I going to fill up? How am I going to have lunch? That is like the best form of self-love I have ever taught myself whilst traveling, because to go hungry or to like rely on the coffee shops at the place. So this has been a lifesaver. I'm just going to pack like a nice little salad and yeah, then I'll be nice and full for my life tomorrow. Packing only took me 20 minutes, and that is a massive. Obviously I haven't done my yoga mat and my toiletries, but all my clothes for tomorrow are laid out, so I'm feeling confident in that regard. Et toi? C'est ma dernière journée ici, parce que je vais à Nice demain matin.
Tu parles à quelle heure?
Je pense que 6h30 du matin. Oui, donc je vais laisser le clé de la boîte. Ok. Bonne soirée. Just arrived in Nice. It's so funny because so many people are like in France were like, don't go to Nice, it's very touristy, it's just old people, which it is. It's like a very built up tourist town, but to feel the sun on my skin and to be like literally opposite this beautiful, like, what is this? How stunning. you know what? Things are unfolding and life is working out. I went to a cafe today and I thought, you know what? Enough's enough. It's time to really just embody my artistic talents, because I really do put myself down. I've got really bad imposter syndrome. But when I was in this cafe today, what happens when I create and what happens when I make art and I'm not satisfied with the outcome is I move on to the next thing, and I like leave whatever I was doing and I say, okay, it's not meant for me. And that has been an inner child response for most of my life, running away, running on to the next. And whilst I admire having so many interests and passions, I also truly believe that the truth to divinity and divine feminine, whatever you may call it, is working through the dark side and working through the shadow and working through the loneliness and the hard parts of creation. Because when I finished, I was sat in this cafe and I was doing this at this restaurant. I made this lady, she's not like the best piece of work, but after I was like, the amount of work that took, I don't even like the end result, but I know that this is who I'm meant to be. And on learning French and that struggle of learning a language, which takes so much dedication, one of my favorite quotes is, si tu bloques, t'inquiète pas, trouve un autre moyen d'y arriver. And essentially that means, don't worry if you get stuck, just find another way to arrive at your destination. But life isn't about the destination, but I feel super on track now, and it's really time to honor that masculine of respecting my talents and offering this to the world and working on this. I've been very up in the air, which is how I roll, but I feel like this is the right time to do this. We close off. I am driving to Milan tomorrow and just want to show everyone what I got. I may not pick this mint from the gardens or Kmart. I have this Out Pro yogurt. I bought some nuts because I haven't really eaten much today. I have leftover pasta, and I bought a passion fruit. I haven't eaten a passion fruit, so I thought, why not? And it's so beautiful. And some quinoa. And that is me. Ciao.